Now to the news that Brendan Rodgers is in advanced talks to return to Celtic as manager. Mark Benstead is at Celtic Park for us. Good afternoon to you now, isn't it, Mark? What's the latest on this potential return?
Good afternoon, Rob. Yeah, big news coming out of Celtic today. They are progressing in the search for a new manager. Once Ange Postecoglou stepped down following the Scottish Cup triumph over Inverness at the start of this month, it became clear that Brendan Rodgers was one of the names under consideration to replace him at the helm here at Celtic. Well, things have advanced over the course of the last few days, and as you mentioned, our understanding is that now Celtic are in advanced talks with Brendan Rodgers to bring him back to the club. It is our understanding that those talks, the deal that they are discussing, would make him the highest paid manager in the club's history once again, and with well in excess of his previous terms when at the helm here at Celtic. It's understood that talks are going on again today, and one source has told us that this one is very close to potentially being done. It's not far from getting over the line. So there is still work to be done, but looking increasingly likely that Brendan Rodgers will once again become the manager of Celtic Football Club.
Yeah, there's two sides to this, though, isn't there? There's the trophies he's won, the invincible season, but given the controversial manner in which he left the club in 2019, what have the Celtic fans made of this news?
Yeah, that's exactly it, Rob. There are really two sides to this. When you can't argue with his record here at Celtic Park, almost flawless, that invincible treble in his first season you mentioned, followed up by another domestic treble in the following season. And then, when he left the club, they were on the verge or partway towards another domestic treble. But the timing of his departure in February 2019, where he went to Leicester City, a team that in many Celtics fans' eyes wasn't as big as their own club, didn't sit well with many supporters, especially when you consider that Brendan said when he came here he wanted to build something special. He repeatedly said, "I'm a Celtic supporter just like you." So for him to leave, and to leave midway through the season, to go where he went with so much on the line, it didn't sit well. The mood has softened a little bit since, especially since the news emerged that he was in contention to come back. I think people have revised their opinions slightly. They reminded themselves of the job he did, how well he did, the standards he raised here at the football club, and looked at the other options available and said, look, maybe he is the best thing we could do, the best option to turn to. But there are some who still harbour that resentment. There are some who are still to be convinced that he's the man to come back, that he deserves to come back. I think, as I say, it has softened, but there'll be a lot of people paying close attention to what he has to say when he first speaks as Celtic manager if he does come back. I don't think he has to show contrition. I don't think he has to say he regrets moving, but I think they'll want him to say the right things, to hit the right notes to convince those people who still harbour a little bit of resentment for the fact he walked away mid-season.
OK, Mark, for the moment, thank you very much indeed.